Don't blink, it's your boy Ink. Welcome to part 4 of the Nature Corn of the 16th December 2024. We just talked about my first love and how easy she was. And I think, again, this is a documentary. This is my life work, right? This is my life. A bird. You know what's insane? How comfortable this is. How comfortable this is. This is a fucking, if you look next to me, there's water. Water is beautiful. It's actually quite phenomenal. It's nature. Knowing I went to bed 5 hours ago, and right now being here. So yeah, so the first girl that I had in my life, well, the first girl I fell in love with, of course she had love in grade school, but those don't count. Because you don't understand love. In high school, go with love, and the reason why these love count is because you have sex with them. Now, why does it matter? The act doesn't matter. The complementary, the complete adventure that you're going through, the fact that you explore every single sphere, emotional sphere, psychological sphere, physical sphere with them, creates a relationship, right? And think about it, when you have one night stand, you don't have the emotion with them. There's not a relationship with them. It's not a relationship. Think about it, when it's a new couple and they haven't gone through shit together, they don't have that many events, or they don't have that many memories with each other. You're like, oh, this is a young couple, let's see if they're lasting. Because you think that to be a couple, you need to have went through shit. You need to go through shit together. But that's true. Because you create a bond, right? That's the emotional bond. A psychological bond. And then if you consume the marriage, that even as early as centuries ago, a marriage was to be consumed. When you think about the Lord, the kings, they need to consume the marriage. Otherwise, it wouldn't be considered a real marriage. You need to consume it. That was the honesty. And it's crazy when you think about it, because when you think about it, it was based on God, right? It was based on God because God didn't permit adultery. Well, in the religion, in the Christian religion, in the Bible, God didn't permit adultery. I think in the Quran too, but not at that part. But I've been reading the Quran lately, so it doesn't permit adultery. And because it doesn't permit adultery, right? It's a when you talking about shackles yesterday, we were talking about prison yesterday, right? It's a beautiful thing. Not the shackle itself, but the image of shackle, the concept of shackles, the concept of being a prisoner, not physically but mentally, emotionally. So with the Bible, it's not permitting adultery. Nobody wants to end up in hell. Everybody was afraid of hell. Everybody was afraid of religion itself. Religion was this overpowering thing. Religion was this almost godly concept, pun intended. So you would make sure that the person you do have sex with was the right one. It's like, oh, I'm gonna have to have sex with you their entire life. And you see, this is the most beautiful thing. Thinking about a spirituality concept, right? And then we have to go back to the animal aspect of us, because there's animal aspect of us. We're mammals, right? We have needs. We have those kind of needs, right? And your body's telling you, hey, you need this. And when you do it, is the greatest experience. Your first time, for a man, greatest experience. You're like, well, I'm gonna need to do that. I'm gonna need to do that on a daily basis, right? And if you think about the adultery, and knowing that you're doing the same person, I got bitten by a mosquito, you're like, holy shit, I have to choose the right one, right? So with my first, I had a problem with lack of confidence. My parents didn't tell me, hey, personal hygiene is important. I spent my grade school, my first school, being told you're entertaining, you should do radio, you're not pretty enough for TV. So you grew up with those lack of confidence, right? So you convince yourself that the only person you can get is the easiest person. So there's a person in your class that you think you love, right? And I truly felt like I loved her. I truly loved her. I did love her. Am I saying But as an adult, you realize her because you think that she was the only one for you. She was the only one that was easy enough for me. She was the only one that was there, right? She gave a BJ to a friend, in a parking lot. That's like, dude, didn't even care. Not because I like the idea of her being sexual. Because if she's sexual with them, she can be sexual with me, right? I didn't care because that was the only option. Then it happened. It was a summer at my place. Then we changed class, and that was it. And then I saw her 6 years later. No, there's other people in between, but those other people were also easy. Those other people being easy meant that most guys, they were easy. I'm gonna say it's extremely wrong, but fuck it. There's two kind of partner you can have. The person that you present to your parents, and the person you meet or call after midnight. Right? When people understand that you're one of those person that you can call after midnight, you don't care. And again, that was my relationship in itself. That was my own perception. Now that I'm an adult, I see things differently. I can see clearly now. The rain is gone, right? And that was my high school. And then I met the girl that I'm talking about, which no, until I went on Tinder. People don't know this story. People will never know this story. I found a girl, Joanie. And Joanie, we spent a year together. Seeing each other once, twice, 3 times. So we're talking every day. Joanie was one of those person that needed a lot of attention. That's also why I'm not super social. That's also why I don't spend a lot of time talking. I was going through shit at that time. It wasn't working. And she would text me. She would text me every day. She would text me the entire day. And with Joanie, the problem was, if I texted her, she would take 20 minutes to answer, no problem. And if I didn't, she would get mad at me. I'm in a position where in my home, I don't work, I'm overweight. So once again, the only possibility of love is her. So I step on my pride and I'm willing to take the abuse. Because I feel like that's what I need to do. That's what I feel like this is the only exit. It lasted a year. Then I got the same thing with Kelly. And then Joanie hurt me. Because I was so involved. I'm not involved in the way that I wanted to be. I was involved because there couldn't be independency. She was being dependent, and she was forcing me to be dependent. I met another girl, Kelly. And Kelly, she was also dependent. Joanie was a bit easier than Kelly. Kelly was a good person. She respected herself. Didn't care. All I wanted was... And I didn't treat her right. She was needing attention also. And you don't know the most fucked up thing? I didn't treat her right. And I justified myself because she was telling me, oh, I'm on Tinder. I was on Tinder today. But when you see both Joanie and Kelly, which were my 2 first girlfriends, right? And with Joanie, we never made it official. We never said, hey, you're my boyfriend, I'm your girlfriend. No, I'm your boyfriend, you're my girlfriend. And it was just intended. Just something that happened. With Kelly, she needed that. She needed to officially. She needed a clear declaration. She needed commitment. So until she got commitment, she was gonna go see another guy that was gonna give her the commitment that she needed. She had this emotional need that I wasn't fulfilling. I had this. This is the easy way to say it. I had this physical need, and she had this emotional need. She wasn't the one, and I wasn't the one. Second relationship. Third relationship is Leia. That's the girl I really loved. I was obsessed with Leia for years. Because she felt like the one that went away. She's the one that she broke up because my friend unalived himself. She didn't because he was unaliving himself. She did because I was being aggressive. I was being aggressive because I was sad, because I was depressed. And I needed her to be more present than she could be. I needed her to drop everything for me. She had her own life. Yeah. I met other girls after that. Most of those girls were completely unequivalent. I didn't meet my best friend through that, Celine. I can love you, Celine. And yeah, that's pretty good. You see, that was my past. That's why I'm you guys expect it. I'm socially awkward. I'm socially behind. You guys cannot be thinking that relationship-wise I was okay. See? Oh shit. Okay, never mind. I thought I loved the old plastic thing. So even today, when I do fall in love, people are asking me, why are you single? I tell them it's complicated, but it's not complicated. I make it complicated. That's why I'm fucking up. People understood that the harder you make it, the worse it is. It's a beautiful thing. See, the last girl, right? She doesn't do anything wrong. I'm very demanding when it comes to it. But then, life is insane. When you think about it, life is insane. It's so insane. Just like Joanie and Kelly, the girl that from a month and a half ago needed emotional commitment. Doesn't mean that the girl right now, she'll need emotional commitment. Doesn't mean shit. It's just perceived notion of, well, this situation was like that, so this situation is the same, right? Not the same. You're the same. The other person is not the same. The other person represents 50%. My face, my love, I don't taste it. Face, my love. That is pretty much it. I'm going to end the video. I'm going to film a couple of videos here. And then I'm going to say goodnight.